My name's Leanne Saldivar, and I am the President and CEO at Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Salt Lake, and I want to welcome you all here today. This is really a historic and momentous occasion for Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Salt Lake. Since this club was first built in the early 80s, when it served mostly boys, with activities like billiards and woodworking and shuffleboard, this little club has been transformed over and over again many times to meet the changing needs of the kids in our community. From the addition of recreational sports leagues and preschool in the 80s to the addition of a teen center and technology labs in the 90s, this club has been reinvented many times and served generations of kids in Salt Lake City. But it is showing and feeling its age. In this reincarnation, it's been the passion of Nick Rimando and his love of the Sugar House community, the visionary leadership of Mayor Biskupski, and the tenacity of Deloy Hansen and the RSL Foundation team that has made this all real. This new Boys and Girls Club will meet the needs of our kids far into the future and improve the quality of the experience we can provide in youth development services by leaps and bounds. On behalf of the entire Boys and Girls Club family, I want to thank you all for this incredible gift and promise that we will be great stewards of your generosity. But since this gift is really for the kids, I'd like to let them come in with their new best friend, Leo the Lion. Come on in, kids. Come on.
There's room over here. Show me in.
And our teens, you're not required to sit on the floor, guys, but grab some chairs or come sit around in the back if you want. And to get things started off here today, I'd like to introduce Mary from the RSL Foundation. She has really been the driving force behind this, and she's got some exciting things to share with us. So thank you for being here.
Well, and thank you, Leanne. This is an exciting day, something that we have been working for I think, probably 2 years. And it's all going to benefit the kids of this community. So there is something behind here that we are so excited to show you and to show the community. You know, Sugar House community has 33,000 people in it. It's the largest community in Salt Lake City. So when we saw this plot of land and thought, what could we do with it? My colleague right there, Nick Rimando, who knows who Nick Rimando is? Yeah. 2 years ago, Nick Rimando and I came and we saw that piece of land and thought, boy, what can we do to help the kids stay healthy, play safe, and play outside? And we looked all over Salt Lake City for a great piece of land to do something great on. And we met with Mayor Biskupski, and she liked the idea. We met with Leanne, and she liked the idea. We met with Laura with the Hansen Family Foundation. She liked the idea, and Councilwoman Fowler, she liked the idea. So we wanted to build something, but when you build something, what do you guys need? Who do we hire first to build? Yes?
Bricks.
We need bricks, but who designed it? What is that person called? Yes?
An architect?
Right, so can Method Architect stand up? Method Architect, there it is. On this court. This has really been a cornerstone of Sugar House. And we hope now with the city and Real Salt Lake that we can really make it a hub for the community of Sugar House. So we're going to unveil our plans that our amazing architects have been working on for this lot. So if I can have Mayor Biskupski, Laura Huff, Councilwoman Fowler, Nick Rimando, come on up here, and Leanne. We want to show you what we've all been working for. Okay. You guys ready to see what we thought for this whole place? Can you guys help us? How about 1, 2, 3? How about if you guys say, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Laura's help is build a brand new Boys and Girls Club. Brand new on 9th East, right, just right on the other side of those tennis courts. And then an amazing outside area with a Nick Rimando futsal club. What do you think of that? The greatest of all time. When you have someone that has broken all of the records that lives in this neighborhood that wants to hang out with you guys, is this the perfect spot? Yeah. Then we have an indoor facility. This indoor facility is going to have soccer, basketball, and indoor pickleball. What do you guys think of that? I'm going to have all of these folks stand very close so we can get a picture. All right, come on, Nick, right here.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Pretty exciting, huh? So now I'm going to have Mayor Biskupski say a few words. Sound good? Okay. All right.
Well, I'm kind of glad we're not outside where I thought we were going to be, so that's good. Oh, well, it's so fun to see all the little faces in here. Thanks for coming today to help us celebrate. Today we are here to launch a partnership between Salt Lake City, Riel Salt Lake, Deloy Hansen, the Boys and Girls Club of Utah, and one of our city's greatest athletes, Nick Rimando. When realized, the partnership will not only bring new life to this underutilized space in one of the densest neighborhoods of our community, but it will create a new place of opportunity for youth from around Salt Lake City. By working together and through the generosity of Deloy Hansen's Foundation and Nick Rimando, the vision we have laid out will create a new Boys and Girls Club plus indoor and outdoor courts for use by the public and our rising stars that are sitting in front of me. While we still have work to do to make this dream a reality, the fact that we are standing here today with support from the local community is a testament to the drive of all involved to get this project done. When Riel Salt Lake and Nick first brought this concept to the city, I was impressed with their desire to leave a lasting legacy in the city, which has given them so much support, and impressed that the greatest of all time would prioritize in his retirement advocating for the needs of kids in the neighborhood he calls home. While it is certainly possible that we may see another goat be born on these new courts, we know for certain that along with the Boys and Girls Club, the courts will be spaces of empowerment and opportunity. Here at Fairmount Park, boys and girls will learn the values of teamwork, cooperation, fair play, and respect for all. They will have a beautiful place to go after school, a place accessible to all residents of our city. In closing, I want to again thank the Boys and Girls Club, Riel Salt Lake Foundation, Deloy Hansen and his daughter who is here today, and Nick Rimando. I also want to thank Councilmember Amy Fowler, who will be instrumental in advocating for city dollars to help with this project, and of course, the city staff who are here today as well, who will see this project through, I am sure. So, thank you again all for being here, and let's make sure we get this done. Thank you.
Wow. So I have to tell you some secrets about Nick Rimando. Who wants to know a secret about Nick Rimando? Nick Rimando loves working with kids. He loves it. we have the opportunity to go everywhere. And he kept saying, but there aren't enough kids there. I want to work with the kids. He is a player that if I call him and I say, hey, Nick, there's this one kid who's a fan and he's in the hospital. Guess what? Nick's like, when can we go? I'm there. Anytime I've asked Nick to help out in the community, he's always said, absolutely sure. What an amazing player. What an amazing player to play his whole career almost here in Salt Lake and to live right here. So I'm going to bring Nick Rimando up for a few words. Come on up, Nick. Stage is yours.
Thank you all for being here. I wrote up a little something. I'm truly honored to be here celebrating this new facility and Legacy Court. I'd like to give special thanks to Mayor Jackie, Deloy Hansen, and of course Mary and the RSL Foundation, the people behind the scenes committed and doing the groundwork with their resources and finances to make this happen. They are the ones that put in so much time, energy, and hard work to see this project through, and to see how it has come together is truly impressive. It's been so exciting for me to be a part of this process, and I can't wait to see the impact this facility has in our community. I was fortunate to play 20 years in this league, which brought me so much joy, but it also gave me the avenue and duty to give back to this community. So to be here today to announce the Legacy Courts and the Boys and Girls Club means so much to me, and I look forward to representing this community, this facility, and inspire our next generation. Thank you.
Wow, very exciting, right? You guys excited? Last, I want to bring up Councilwoman Amy Fowler, who has been so excited about this project from the get-go and has a Herculean effort to get this off the ground. So come on up, Amy.
Well, hi, everyone. Do you guys know what a councilwoman does? You do? What does she do? You forget? I forget sometimes too, but I'll tell you, one of the things that I have gotten to do is to be a part of this project. And it is the greatest thing that I have gotten to do in my 2 years as being a councilwoman. For some of you who don't know, I actually got my start in politics right at those tennis courts. My very first council meeting, I was not an elected official, I was a community member. I lived about seven blocks that way. I know most of the people that live right here on Simpson. This is my neighborhood. And there was a proposal to put a really tall apartment building. And we said, well, that's not going to be good for our community. It's right next to the Boys and Girls Club. It's right next to our park in our neighborhood. We have to do something about it. So I went to my first city council meeting and I talked to those council members and I said, we don't want that project there. And then somebody said, you know what, you should run for office. I said, well, that's a silly idea, okay. And here I am. And when I came back as a council member and saw that we had an opportunity to do something really amazing here, that something needed to be done with those tennis courts that have been sitting there without anybody playing on them for a very long time, with an amazing facility right here at the Boys and Girls Club who is working, stretching those dollars as far as they possibly can, utilizing space in the most creative ways in order that they can serve everyone here in the community and that they can serve all of the people that want to be here. And now, with the help of Laura and Nick and RSL, we actually get to see this project happen. When I came originally to Jamie, who works with the Boys and Girls Club, and Leanne, and said, I think we can make this happen. To their credit, they both looked at me and said, okay. We've heard council members say that year after year after year. And I said, but you haven't had us here. And I'm not going to stop until we get this done. So first, thank you, Mayor, for your support in this. Laura and Nick and Mary, none of this would be possible without the three of you. and without the architects and all of our city staff that has worked so hard. And I cannot wait for the very end of my term in 2 years to come back here and cut that ribbon on a brand-new facility here at the Boys and Girls Club. So thank you all.
Well, thank you guys. You have been outstanding. Prizes. Oh, wait, you already got prizes. T-shirts, right? You get to keep those now because you've been so good. Excellent. And I want to thank you guys all for coming again. This is a remarkable day again for us. There are some, we've got our architects here, and they're here to share some of their other renderings with you with more of the detail on it. And we'll have time to do some photo ops, but I want to thank you all for being here again. And kids, thank you for being so good. And I can't wait to see your new Boys and Girls Club.